Ah, the sun is so nice today, Charles. I don't know about you. What a day to be at a racetrack, isn't it? It's the calm before the storm, isn't it? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Brands Hatch for more exclusive live behind-the-scenes coverage. However, we've got a little bit of qualifying action to bring you first. It's time for the Track Attack Race Club qualifying. Charles, familiar with Track Attack? I know you know a driver very well in this qualifying session, don't you?
Yeah, I know one driver rather well because he runs me in a series, and yeah, Steve Kite runs Misty
Come and have a
Racing.
look. Let's bring the camera down because the cars are about to line up now. It's a 15-minute qualifying session. We're obviously at the top of the media centre here at Brands Hatch for the Indy circuit, and we thought we'd bring you the on-track action for qualifying. It's only going to be a short broadcast. We're going to bring this, and then after this, we've got to be at a bit of a fiesta feast for you today as well. But here we are with the Track Attack Race Club. As you can see, what a collection of cars. It's quite something, isn't it? In fact, if you've got a race car, you can pretty much drive it in the Track Attack. So your drivers here today, we've got Ken Lark, Steve Brockinson, David Curtis, Paul Rodison, Chris Adams, James Hayward, Eddie O'Kane, Andrew Purcell, Russell Hearn, Andrew Dean, Ryan McCormack, Jordan Holmes, Matt Anderson, Mark Jones, Darren Ford, David Shee, Jeremy Shipley, Steve Kite, who we've just mentioned, Michael Bland, Robert Buckland, Philip O'Halloran, David Clark, Andrew Mitchell, Jeff Prince, Joe Jacob, Harry Scott, William Davison, Kerry Lewis, Kevin Houghton, Spencer Fortag, Nick Sanderson and Neil Hurren. They are your runners and riders for this 15-minute qualifying session. They've got a couple of races later today as well. Race 1 due to get underway at 2:40, and then race 2 for them at 6:15. Although, of course, one thing we do know about the BRSCC, they try and get the schedule going as quick as possible, don't they, really? Now they're heading out onto the Brands Hatch Indy circuit. Who do we think is going to be on pole? You're going to say Steve Kite, aren't you?
Well, I can't not, at least for class anyway. I mean, the beauty about Track Attack is that as you can see as all the cars roll out, there is such a variety of machinery, not just from an external point of view, but internally, different engines, different sizes, turbos, all kinds of different things out there. So there's Steve Kite in Winnie. That's the name of that Mini. So yeah, and another couple of Misty Racing Hyundai Coupes out there as well today.
Yeah,
so
Paul Rodison down there, number 5, I can see just heading out on track. One of my tips, I have to say as well. It's they have a number of series actually, don't they, with Track Attack? You've got the 206 GTIs, you've got the TT Trophy, they even have the Dodge Marquis as well, don't they? All sorts of stuff. It's well worth checking out. Do visit Track Attack. Just type it into Google, you'll be able to get to the website. If you want to find out more about the BRSCC as well, you can. There's a link in the body of this broadcast which will take you straight through to the BRSCC website. It is their weekend here at the Brands Hatch. We've seen so much action. If you weren't with us yesterday, you didn't get a chance to catch it, go back to our YouTube channel, Live Sport Now. There's a link in the body of this broadcast too. Make sure you hit subscribe. You can watch all of yesterday's behind the scenes action. We're going to bring you even more today as well. We've got fun and games in the pit lane and paddock today for you. You're going to get a real glimpse behind the scenes. It's the best content for motorsport. What really goes on a motorsport weekend? Well, you're going to find out. You're going to see all the spills, the thrills, all the laughs, everything with us here today at Live Sport Now, the only place to watch behind the scenes motorsport action. But of course, as you can see, qualifying well underway now for the Track Attack Race Club.
such a variety of cars out there, Ian. I mean, it's difficult to know where to look, to be honest. I mean, if you're into your hatches, if you're into your MX-5s, if you're into your BMWs, you absolutely have something to watch. Cars, there's a slow-going MX-5 coming out of paddock, pulling
slow
off. Well, I think that might be quali over for that particular driver.
Yeah, it is. I'm not sure what number, but it's definitely one of the MX-5s, isn't it? It could be Brockinson. We're not sure. We will find out for you, of course. About TSL, we'll be able to say. So far, Sheed is the fastest man out on track, a 57.350. The fastest car. We've got a TT going incredibly slow as well, coming around Graham Hill. So it looks like we've got two cars who are going to struggle to get through qualifying. That's O'Halloran in the TT down there, going very, very slow indeed.
There's black smoke coming out the back of that car, so black smoke coming out the back of the car, Ian, so I don't think that's particularly healthy. Hopefully he can limp it back to the pits and maybe they can do something with it before the end of the session, but it's not looking promising as it stands currently.
No, so Charles, I mean, he's pulling off there. That's the best place. You get straight back to the pits that way, I take it.
Yeah, I believe that access road can take you into the pits, but if not, at least he's pulled off in a position where it's not going to stop the session. So he's been very thoughtful of that, and as you can see, yeah, he's going to work his way back into the pit lane.
So what you're saying is, Charles, you've never retired from Brands Hatch, and you've never had to take any of the service roads. You've always seen the checkered flag. That's what we like to hear, right?
I think you're right. I don't think I have touched wood. I don't think I have retired around here. We've been in positions where we've had a fair amount of time in the pits, obviously with some of the endurance racing. Things go that way sometimes, but yeah, we've always seen the checkered. It's always nice to see the checkered flag if you can.
Oh, absolutely. So it's now Adams, number 6. That's Chris Adams in the Golf GTI, who's gone provisional pole for 56.054. She dropped down to second. Holmes in third, Lewis in fourth, Clark in fifth, Kite. There you go, Steve Kite running in sixth place at the minute, 58.315, his fastest. Cresswell in seventh, Fortag in eighth, Davison in ninth, Paul Roderson in 10th, Lark in 11th, Jones in 12th, Sanders in 13th, Hudson in 14th, Ford in 15th. Then we've got Dean, Bland, Scott, O'Kane, Anderson, Buckland, Curtis, Hearn, Brookington, Jacob, O'Halloran, as we saw in the TT coming in, and the retirement is Jeremy Shipley, who we saw going very slow in the MX-5 at the bottom of Paddock Hill. So Jeremy Shipley is out, it looks like, of this qualifying session. If you are just tuning in, hello, welcome, good morning. It's the BRSCC Catering Weekend here at Brands Hatch. We are bringing you the Track Attack Race Club qualifying session. We've got 2 races later today. After qualifying, we're going to go down into the pit lane and the garages, because we've got a Fiesta Feast coming up for you after this. A lot of behind the scenes action to bring you throughout the course of the day. It's going to be a great day. There's going to be a lot of laughs about it too, so don't go anywhere. We often walk around, don't we? No script, just a camera and a microphone, and we get into all sorts of trouble, really. But it is all in the good spirits, I have to say. It's going to be a feast full of fun content today here at Live Motorsport now. So the clock ticks down. We've got just over 9 minutes of this qualifying session left to go. And it's now Clark, car number 87. That's David Clark in the Renault 5 Turbo. Wow. I saw that coming through. I'm just going to see if I can get a glimpse of it. It's just going around Druids now. And I don't know if you can pick it up. It's the yellow Renault 5 Turbo. It's just coming down the hill now into Graham Hill. There it is. Look, so far that, I really hope that's number 87. I'm going to look. All right, Price Pratt.
Absolute definition of a pocket rocket there, Ian, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So there you go. That is
number 87.
David Clark on provisional pole with 55.571. So far the fastest time. Did it send to me 20 years ago that a Renault 5 would be faster than an Audi TT, I'd have laughed at it, yeah.
That's the beauty of motorsport, Ian.
Absolutely.
So many different cars and variations. You've got different wheelbases out there, different drivetrains, front wheel drive, rear wheel drive. You've got all kinds of different engine sizes out there. So the drivers are really having to make them hustle, and it's just interesting to see what style of tuning suits this circuit quite well.
Well, Charles, we've got Mazda MX-5s out there, we've got Renault Clios, we've got Golf GTIs, we've got Scirocco's, we've got Honda Coupes, we've got Opel Astras, we've got Peugeot 206s, there's a VW Vento out there, the Citroen Saxo was put onto the list. I don't know if it's actually out there, BMW Compact, Mini Cooper, Audi TTs, as we said. I mean, what a mix. Even Honda Civics we've got down as well. We've got somebody going very slow into pit entry. I know that is pit entry, but you don't normally come in that slow, do you? Perhaps that looks like a bit of an issue. See if I can see who it is.
It's the VW of... Not too sure, Ian. See if you can find out.
Number 19, Andrew Dean in the Vento. Yeah, it's Andrew Dean in the VW Vento, unfortunately, coming into the pits, who's coming in very slowly. Holmes in 4th place as well. Number 23, that's Jordan Holmes in the Saxo. I think he's off the track somewhere too. So I think, unfortunately, we might have lost Holmes, who is so far 4th place. And there, oh no, there's Holmes. That's not us.
Yeah, being recovered.
I don't know if you can see that, Leon, just down in front of us on the recovery truck. That's the Saxo there of Jordan Holmes. He's so far the 4th fastest time, but that is his qualifying run and done.
Some good news though, Ian. I have just seen that TT has pulled back out of the pits, so whatever the issue was, they have managed to get him back out. as you're coming through. He's coming through Graham's now. So
that Civic, by the way, putting up with Paul Robinson just behind him, trying to see who it is. It was locking up a few wheels, I have to say. It's a very exciting stuff. So still Clark on provisional pole, 54.998, fastest lap so far. Adams in second with 55.525. Sheed in third at 55.857. Then we've got Holmes, who's unfortunately been towed back to the outer paddock, but still with the fourth fastest time. So pretty impressive stuff there. Buckland in fifth, Kite in sixth, Lewis in seventh, Sanderson in eighth, Bland in ninth, and Fortag in 10th. Then from 10 down to 27, we've got Presswell, Lark, Roddison, Davison, Scott, Jones, Dean, Curtis, Holton, Ford, O'Kane, Anderson, Hurd, Brockinson, Jacob, O'Halloran, and Shipley. Shipley also out of qualifying. We've got a Scirocco coming a bit late to the party, it looks, down here as well. I wonder if they can get out. We've got just over 5.5 minutes of this qualifying session left to go. Time ticks very quick indeed, doesn't it? It's a bit of a nippy morning up here. The sun is shining, of course, but it's always cold at the top of the tower here.
It's not quite as bad as it was yesterday afternoon. The wind's not picked up as much as it had done then, but yeah, it's still not quite summer here in the UK, is it? Even if it looks like it.
It is April. We shouldn't moan about the weather, really.
Oh no, I can't complain. Really. Much worse places to be on a Sunday morning.
There certainly are, yes, there certainly are. There's that glorious Renault 5 Turbo as well, flying past the BMW down there. Look at it go, go, go. Still the fastest car out on the track. I can tell you, Lewis, number 118, Kerry Lewis in the Honda Civic Type R, has gone up to fourth place, and Jock Holmes down to fifth, and Buckland down to sixth. So Lewis on the move, number 118 at 56.056. So far the fastest lap of qualifying by Clark in that Renault 5 Turbo, for 54.998.
Not sure whether you can pick up the turbo spool of that Astra, Ian, but that sounds absolutely gorgeous.
The red Astra just going down Paddock Hill now. There it goes. Yeah, it does. I used to have an Astra actually. We've got a Clio going quite slow. Number 4 down there, that's Curtis. David Curtis in the Renault Clio going very slow. Might just be getting out of the way actually before going for a flying lap. A lot of cars, 28 according to TSL. Impressive stuff. Davison's in the pits, as is Dean as well. Davison in 14th, Dean in 18th. Still Clark with 4 minutes of qualifying left to go on the pole. Adams, though, only 0.2 of a second behind. Chris Adams in the Golf GTI, so it's a Renault Turbo against a Golf GTI. I mean, it's the stuff of dreams, isn't it, really?
Oh, yes. Lovely mixture of cars. To be honest, I don't know which one I'd rather take in. What about yourself?
I do like the Hyundai Coupes, I have to say. But I'm kind of, now you've mentioned that Astra with a big wing on the back, you know, I used to have an Astra as well, so that's a few nice memories there.
Yeah, a friend of mine used to have a 300 plus brake horsepower one. Absolute fun, that thing.
Although I have just seen Lark's Scirocco as well, which looks pretty nice too. So I don't know. Do you know what? I don't have any of them. I don't really care. they're all wonderful. So 3 minutes of this qualifying session left to go for the Track Attack Race Club here at Brands Hatch on the BRSCC Caterham calendar. They've got 2 races later today. Unfortunately, we won't be bringing you the races, but so if we get a chance, we'll catch up with the drivers a little bit later too. And once we finish this broadcast, we're going to go for a very short break before we spend a lot of time with the Fiestas. We've got a Fiesta Feast coming for you. The AirTech Motorsport Fiesta Senior Championship have their second race of the day, so we'll get live driver reaction there and the podium celebrations too before the very first race of the BRSCC Fiesta Junior Championship, and driver reaction, team reaction, behind the scenes content for you there.
If we could take a quick look over at Paddock, we've just missed it, but the next lap round maybe would be a great idea. The way Steve Kite is dancing that Mini on the brakes coming into Paddock, he's done it lap after lap after lap, and I must admit it is actually quite impressive to stand here and watch that.
There you go.
So he's just coming through Graham Hill now, on another good lap by the looks of it.
So qualifying, getting into the closing stages now, and Clark is off. I think Clark is off somewhere in the Renault 5. Can you see anywhere? He's got the warning hazard symbol on TSL. I'm trying to see if I can see a yellow Renault 5. I hope it's nothing serious. Obviously not. There's no wave yellows or anything, so we're still under full lap conditions. So go, go, go. But I'm certainly not seeing the yellow Renault 5. I don't see it in the pits either. But Clark so far looking like going to be on pole position outright for the Track Attack Race Club Race 1 later this afternoon.
Yeah, the turbo of that Astra in, you must have just heard that there as it came past us.
Something special, huh?
Definitely puts a smile on your face in the morning.
So Clark still on provisional pole. Adams in second, Buckland in third, Sheed in fourth, Lewis in fifth, Holmes in sixth. As we saw though, he's now back in the outer paddock. Kite in seventh, Lark in eighth, Sanderson in ninth, Cresswell in 10th, then 11th down we've got Bland, Fortag, Hayward, Roderson, Curtis, Davison, Scott, Ford, Houghton, Jones, O'Kane, Dean, Anderson, McCormick, Hearn, Brockington, Jacob, O'Halloran and Shipley. Unfortunately O'Halloran and Shipley they haven't put a lap time in.
Let's see if we can catch that under braking for Steve Kite in paddock in this lap round. There we go, look, nice little wiggle from the back of the car. Still collects it as it's sent in through paddock, carrying loads of speed. Fantastic.
I can tell you, David Sheed in the BMW Compact has just gone up to second place for a 55.036. The gap now between Clark and Sheed is 0.038. That's how close it is. There's literally 5 seconds left on the clock. The checkered flag is now being waved for qualifying here for the Track Attack Race Club. So this is the last chance for these drivers now to put a fast lap in. Can anybody top Clark and Sheed make up that 0.038 of a second? And what about Adams? Only 0.243 behind as well.
So it's interesting that we've got a compact cup car against a 5. Is that right?
A Renault 5 Turbo, yeah.
Renault 5 Turbo.
It looks like everybody seems to be going quite slow. The last few cars coming over. Any changes at all? I'm not seeing any changes, I have to say. And it looks like that will be qualifying. Yeah, we've got a few more cars. Roderson's just coming over the line now. Looks like he might be the last driver to make an attempt. Roderson in 14th, stays in 14th. And just behind him as well, we had Fortag, who just came over the line. Looks like staying 12th. So it is going to be Clark then on pole position. Let's pop TSL up onto the screen.
We've got an Audi TT that's just popped in. I'm assuming for an issue rather than going all the way back round to the pit
lane.
It's
Harry Scott down there in the TT. He's just pulled over, isn't he? We're not really too sure. I mean, sort of good time to pull over really as qualifying just comes to an end, I suppose.
Maybe must have felt that he couldn't make it back to the pits under his own steam, so pulled off.
Maybe so, yeah, it certainly looks that way, doesn't it? So it is Clark on pole position, Sheed in second, Adams in third, Buckland fourth, Lewis in fifth, Holmes in sixth, then Sanderson, Lark, Kite, Presswell, Bland, Fortag, Hayward, Roderson, Curtis, Davison, Jones, Scott, Ford, Houghton, O'Kane, Dean, Anderson, McCormack, Hearn, Brockington, Jacob, O'Halloran and Shipley. Right, let's pop TSL down. How exciting was that for qualifying? It certainly was, wasn't it? As I said, we've got a Fiesta Feast coming up for you very, very shortly. It's almost time for race 2 of the AirTech Motorsport Fiesta Senior Championship. Race 1 yesterday, though, we've got some results to show you. Let's just pop that on screen so you can see how things finished yesterday. Now, as you can see, it wasn't Jensen Brookley who won, but on his debut, he was on the podium in third place. Pretty good.
It was a very exciting race, and I must admit, I stood there watching it on the other side of paddock, and yeah, very, very close fighting throughout, and that top 3 pack, the top 6 at one point as well, was just swapping places. Really, really good racing all the way down the field, and Nick Moore as well. Well done to him for a rather dominant drive in the 150 class. Broke away at the start, and I think he built like a 7 or 8 second gap in the end, and obviously winning his class. So well done to him. And yeah, the racing out the front of the pack of the 250s was really good to watch.
We will, of course, catch up with the drivers as well in the next broadcast. On to the juniors as well. They had qualifying yesterday. We're going to be bringing you a bit of action from them in the next broadcast as well. Let's pop that their qualifying results onto the screen for you. Deegan Fairclough, a man no stranger to be in front of the grid was the fastest man, but there's a lot of competition in the juniors as well. That's going to be an exciting time. You will see him hear from the drivers in the next broadcast with our behind the scenes content. Let's pop that image down. Right, it's time for us to go. We've got to get set up quickly for the next broadcast. However, like we said, if you like what you see, you want to watch more sport in 2022 with us, Live Sport Now on YouTube's the place to do it. There's a link in the body of this broadcast. Give it a click. Make sure you hit it. Subscribe. You can watch motorsport, golf, football, the men's and women's Premier Handball League. Here's a little look at some of our highlights so far from 2022. We'll see you back live shortly. Thank you.
Late to the stage they come, papers to blaze the punk, police on the beats we run, high rise you're not equal chump, I'm above you're below us all, no love in the doja fools, utilize my golden tool, no repentance is overdue.